Previously on MKR. Siblings team Emily and Nathan served up their spin on Asian fusion.
I think it's a good start of the competition.
But it was a roller coaster ride.
I think you're over.
Is it Asian fusion or confusion?
Cook some more, put them in a jar and sell them in the market.
Yes!
Resulting in a total score of 76.
I feel uneasy about that score, to be honest.
Tonight, we're heading to the South Island's Kaiapoi for the second instant restaurant, where mother and son team Lee and Luke are out to impress and climb to the top of the leaderboard.
If we don't get tens for this chowder, something's gone wrong.
But with confidence high, will they reach the stars
Bang on.
or crash and burn?
The main component is starting to dry out.
And will they do enough to get closer to the $100,000 grand prize?
That gives you a grand score of
Stand up like you're fighting for survival. Show them that the courage shines in you. Keep on fighting.
Tonight is our second instant restaurant, and we're in the Canterbury Plains, rural town of Kaiapoi, where mother and son, Lee and Luke, are preparing for the huge day ahead.
Today's the day.
This is it, mate.
I know.
No turning back.
So what do we need? Ideally, score to beat 76. Across the board, we're going to need an average of 7. And then we're above them.
I think we
So-
can pull that off.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can pull that off.
Well, we're wanting 9s, 10s.
Hiya.
Hiya.
Hi, I'm Lee.
And I'm Luke. That's my mum.
That's my baby.
And we're from Kaiapoi, which is just north of Christchurch. Hey, everyone. Quickly thing, me and Mum applied for Love Island. Love Island. My TikTok. I've always liked having a bit of public presence and started growing, continued to grow.
And you ate them all yourself?
My niche on TikTok is food. People comment things to try, I'll try it out. I cook anything from ribs to dog roll in a Big Mac. Yeah.
It's
fun.
not going to be served up, but no Colin Lindy's. Absolutely no worries there.
We might just slice it up a wee bit.
Rightio.
How can I serve you today? Welcome to Out the Gate. We've got cheese rolls, seafood chowder, sandwiches, coffee, tea.
Can't beat a seafood chowder.
Can't beat a seafood chowder. Not mum's, anyway.
Mother of 4 babies, so food's a life passion, which I'm living my passion at the moment with my wee food truck. Order up. There you go. Table number 17.
Okay.
New school, old school.
We complement each other really well. Home-style Kiwiana cooking. As Manu says, bon appetit. We better not stuff it up. Let's go shopping.
Let's go shopping.
Click, nose your seatbelt. Click, click, click. All right, game plan for the day. You're just doing you, basically, isn't
Yeah,
it?
feels just like that.
Just like you're cooking at the truck.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely no stress whatsoever.
And me, don't stuff it up.
Yeah.
Lee and Luke, mum and son.
So obviously, Lee, the mum of the house, been cooking her entire life, and Luke's quite opinionated.
It's often the case. The young kids in their 20s, they think they know it all, but I think mum knows better.
Let's go. I want to be at the top of the leaderboard more than anything. We're in this competition. We're here to win.
Hey, Tim, here you go, buddy.
Not here to lasso blackbirds.
No.
How can I help him?
Lamb shanks, please,
Lamb
my
shanks?
friend.
For main, we're making Canterbury lamb shank, creamy spring onion mash, caramelised Brussels sprout, parsnip chip, and a mint jus. Heroing local produce is kind of what we're trying to do. Canterbury lamb, beautiful cut of meat as long as it's cooked well.
I love a lamb shank. It's nice when it falls off the bone, when it's been cooked for a long time.
That sticky bit where you just break it off the bone. Love it. And mint jus. And we all know you like your sauce. So do you like mint jus?
It's very British to put mint with lamb, really. But I like the sound of that. A really deep, strong jus with a fresh mint thread. That would be quite delicious.
Emily and Nathan got, what, 76? There's a bit of me that thinks that's probably,
It was too high.
yeah, a fraction too high.
everybody that was there, they're all going to be comparing Emily and Nathan to us. So as long as we're a touch better, we should be able to get an extra point out of everyone. And then it's just Manu and Colin we've got to actually worry about. Okay, next stop, seafood for entree.
How we doing?
Just need some prawns, please.
For entree, we're making Mum's world famous in Christchurch seafood chowder with dill oil and fry bread.
When you put world famous up there, you're sort of setting yourself a bar.
Chowders is like a white, creamy soup.
Yep.
I'd like to see some clams, perhaps some mussels.
Yeah, and what I love about when you cook a chowder, you add all that shellfish at the end, and when it opens up, it adds that seawater, and you get that minerally burst into the chowder.
If we don't get 10s for this chowder, something's gone wrong.
I think we've done well, Luke. Our menu does reflect who we are.
Yeah, 100%.
Good, hearty, comfort,
Yeah.
tasty.
Hopefully they like it.
Yeah.
Surely they will.
Right,
So
mate.
we'll just pop these here and then we'll
Go do our-
set up our restaurant. Restaurant SH1, full effect.
The name of our instant restaurant is SH1.
We chose this name because State Highway 1 is the main artery. It carries New Zealand food.
Straight through our little hometown of Kaiapoi. Yeah. So you start with the soup spoon, loves.
Small one, like that?
Yep.
Is it? This is confusing me.
Chowder, main dessert. Okay, that's how we're rolling.
Yeah, okay, big spoon, big knife, small fork.
Quite tickled with how the instant restaurant looks. Quite a natural Kiwiana theme.
Looks good, sign looks good. Wee
Kura
buzzy
wai.
bee, kutawai's there.
Right, we got to cook.
Rightio, mate, good to go.
It's good. Happy, very happy, eh?
That's the hot kumara, that's our whānau handshake.
His aprons.
It's real.
Let's go, mate.
You're gonna have to do me up.
Hang on, mate, hang on.
All right, ready, spaghetti. Done.
Here's the knives. Wow, it's actually happening, mate. Bang on MKR for me is unreal.
A dream come true.
I am just getting on to the stock for the chowder, love.
Yeah.
Fish heads and onions. This is what it's all been for. Plenty of seasoning. Right, the stock's on, love.
Nice one, mother, nice one.
Good to go. So now I'm going on the custard for the dessert, love. For dessert, we are making deconstructed custard square with an Anzac crumb.
Dessert, deconstructed custard square with Anzac crumb. The word deconstructed is always a big question mark, okay? And in a restaurant, if it's deconstructed, it's usually as good or better than the original.
It's also a good way to hide mistakes, deconstructed, you know what I mean? So you mightn't have to make the pastry, you might just crumble something over the top. Anzac crumb, what do you reckon the Anzac crumb is?
I think it's just the Anzac biscuit that has been crumbed for texture.
Yeah.
I think it's very clever to bring some texture to that.
All right. I am going to be stirring for a while. You all right over there, mate?
Yeah. This is blue cod for our entree, for our seafood chowder.
Be careful with those knives.
Yes, mother. What are you hoping for from old Manu and Colin?
I love it if Manu and Colin are like, wow,
You
you could sell that.
Yeah.
Come and try this custard.
Well done, mother. That's great.
I wonder if you... Do you really mean that? Great.
Right, I've got to prepare all these prawns for our seafood chowder. For our entree, we're going to be pan-searing the prawns and then just popping them on, making them look beautiful. Yeah.
I reckon I can amp up this actually and make it go a bit quicker. It'll be fine.
If you're going to change stuff, just don't tell me. If I
Sure.
say, have you done anything different, just say no.
Well, the shanks need to be in 3¼ hours. We've still got 2 hours before the guests arrive. So I think we're doing pretty good, to be fair.
I wish there was a faster way of doing this.
Yeah, well, there's not, love.
Just shut up and do it.
Come on, Custard. I want to get you in so we can get you set.
Yeah. I think that'll be all right. It looks like the other ones that you've done.
Get it in the fridge, love. Right, let's go. Shanks for the main, mate.
Mum, you're going to have to brown those shanks quickly because I'm going to have to do this dill oil. For this entree, the plan for this dill oil is going to add a bit of colour to the seafood chowder. We're going to have it dropped around it, and it's also going to add a wee bit of dill flavour as well because fish and dill goes good. I'm going to pour it into here, and all the oil's going to start to drip down through the cloth. Yeah, see? Starting to drip out. All right, I've got better things to do anyway. I'll put this away.
Shanks are on the brown, mate, for the main. Here's seasoning. Don't forget the seasoning.
Correct.
Marvellous. With the old spring onion mash. Hopefully Colin rates that.
Creamy spring onion mash, that's something that you would do.
Sounds very Irish, called cannony. You got your mashed potato, you add your greens. It's something I love, as long as the mash has got milk and butter in there, makes it nice and creamy. And then you hit it hard with the spring onion. You want lots in there, you want to taste the onion in there, because otherwise it just disappears and you just got mashed potato with flecks of green.
You kind of want to crunch on the onions while you have the mash, isn't it?
Yeah.
The guests aren't too far, mate. Who do you think is going to critique us the hardest?
I reckon Emily and Nathan will be the hardest scoring team, purely because they've already cooked. They're not going to want anyone to be higher than them on the leaderboard.
Rightio, mate. Shanks are done.
Yeah,
Let's go
okay.
get changed, eh? Before our guests arrive, let's go.
As long as we nail everything exactly as we know how, I don't see why we shouldn't be at the top of the leaderboard for sure.
All right, Mother Bear.
You right? You ready? Feeling good?
Nearly here.
Yeah, they are nearly here, love. I'm not feeling too shabby, to be fair.
Now I'm just going to cut a rough puff pastry into squares for the custard square dessert. Okay, Mum, happy there.
Are you...
I'm going to come down and then across.
Well, the custard's
gonna
about
be-
that big, so...
The more we talk, the more this doesn't...
So do you need... I think you need to go down half.
No, because then that's huge.
I think it needs to be a wee bit bigger, because the custard's about that big. You're not going to see the pastry.
Oh, I'm going there. And then here. Happy?
Yep.
We've cooked, we did our best. There's sort of nothing more we can do right now. We've just got to let it flow, enjoy the process. If we're meant to go home, we go home.
I am definitely expecting Lee to be the head chef doing the design of the menu, but with a little bit of Luke's spin on it.
Oh, well, I'm expecting something full of flavour and delicious.
Soul food, you know, like family soul food.
Yeah, this one. All right, Mother Bear. Happy?
Yep, yep, get it in.
Chuck it in the oven.
Here we go, guys.
Not here. All right, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Oh.
It was really lovely to see them and see how excited Luke was.
Yeah.
How are we? You well?
Hi, darling.
Hello.
Hey, on the other side.
I can definitely smell some sort of seafood going on.
All right, well, we'll come this way.
Wow.
Oh, it's lovely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty. State highway. Wow.
I thought it was gorgeous. I love the decorations. You know, there were some neat little sculptures. The car, there's a giant vintage car at the front. That was amazing.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Oh, so beautiful.
Nice little fan there.
Very nice. Yeah.
Really pretty.
They had the vibe going, didn't they?
Yeah, did had a real Kiwiana feel about it.
Welcome, everybody, to our instant restaurant, SH1,
State Highway 1.
State Highway 1. Yay! There's drinks over there, guys. Help yourself. Get into it. Have a good time.
And we're looking forward to serving you some, fingers crossed, good food.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
See you soon.
State Highway 1 is a good name for a restaurant. Doesn't give much away, though, in terms of what the cuisine might be.
Emily and Nathan, it's your first time at the table tonight.
It's so nice to be here with you guys.
Welcome.
So tell us about you. Are you siblings?
We are siblings.
We assume.
But we are lovers.
What?
Yeah. Of good food. And good company.
We were dying to ask them lots of questions about their night so that we could get a little bit of insight.
Who's head chef?
Emily's head chef. I'm sous chef, for sure.
Oh, wow, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I made so many mistakes, and Emily luckily didn't laugh at me.
I would love to hear about your dessert though.
Because it was delicious.
Will you share your recipe though?
No.
Good answer.
Judging from their instant restaurant, I think that we can deliver better overall food than that. So, have you noticed the spoon for the entree?
100% seafood chowder.
How much would you bet there's going to be seafood chowder?
Yeah.
I would bet every cent that I have that they're serving seafood chowder. Yeah, either that or they cooked seafood chowder just so we would smell it and they're not serving it, just as a decoy.
Alrighty, Luke, I'm starting the base for these shanks, love.
Yeah.
A couple of handfuls of raisins. Sweeten her up a bit. Marvellous. The sweetness from the raisins and caramelising, reducing those onions, make it quite silky. Add a nice depth of flavour there. And this will be the jus. And I'm actually going to go one more for luck there. Rightio, mate, I'm just about to put that base into the lamb.
Yep.
Half an each. Here we go.
So this is going to give our lamb shanks all the flavour.
Yep.
Oh, yes, don't forget the wee raisins.
Baking paper on top.
They can go in.
Lamb shanks are in 3.5 hours. I hope they are cooked to perfection.
Manu and Colin are going to be here soon. I need my pastry to be good before they arrive or I'm going to be a mess.
Wee bit of a mess, love.
Oh, my giddy aunt. That's good.
Don't do that to me, love.
Oh, my God. That's okay.
Oh, they're looking pretty spot on to me, love.
Golden. They're here. That way. Go. Oh! How are we?
Let's do this.
Good to see you, mate.
A dream come true.
Hey, buddy.
Manu,
You good?
pleasure.
Cooking for Manu and Colin.
All right, come on this way. Who would have thunk it?
from the boy.
Who would have thunk it?
I wouldn't have think that.
Kia ora. How are we?
Colin and Manu, always looking good.
Yeah.
Very happy to be here in Canterbury.
Yay.
They're looking pretty smart.
Pretty smart, yeah.
Emily and Nathan, welcome to the table.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Are you much more relaxed today?
I'm still recovering, I think.
Feels pretty amazing sitting right next to Manu. I'm hoping we can get some good little combos in there.
Thank you guys for all being here. Really looking forward to serving some tasty Kiwi food.
SH1 for us is the main artery that joins us from the south, actually, to all you fellas from the north. So welcome, enjoy, have fun.
And if everybody wants to turn over your menus, which are just under your napkins.
Oh, that's
Oh my goodness, it's my 3 favourite things.
That's awesome.
So for entree, we have Mum's world famous in Christchurch seafood chowder.
Called it.
Yes, you did.
Served with fry bread, a dill oil for main.
Canterbury lamb shank on a creamy spring onion mash.
Caramelised Brussels sprouts. And
parsnip chips.
and a mint jus. And for dessert, we've got a deconstructed custard square.
I wouldn't say I'm overly excited by the menu. However, if they can pull it off, it will be hard to beat.
Fabulous. How's things going in the kitchen?
Oh, good.
Yeah, not too shabby.
That's your thing, not too shabby.
Big score to beat.
76, yeah.
We feeling confident?
Yeah.
Quietly.
Well, let's get to it then.
Good luck.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Thanks, team.
See you
See you
later.
soon.
Good luck.
I owe you $100.
You owe me $100.
I do.
What did you say we were going to get?
We were taking bets if they were going to be doing seafood chowder or not.
Well, it makes sense. You know, you guys are always saying, cook what you know. Like I would if I was them.
Like a miso salmon.
Too soon.
On that note, is the miso salmon something you've done before?
We have done it for the purposes of trying to use it in this competition. But no, it's not one of our go-tos, no.
There you go, eh?
So that makes me pretty nervous.
We'll be screwing this restaurant purely on flavour.
We've always said that we're going to be harsh but fair. I honestly feel like it looks a little simple. I know, I like being surprised by a menu, right? I think everyone does. It would have been cool to see something like, oh, what's that? I wouldn't expect that they'd do that.
But having said that, if it's a simple or simpler menu, there's less places to hide.
It's true.
So you've got to nail every single component in order for it to stand out.
Seafood chowder is a biggie. I like a little bit of chili or some chorizo in my seafood chowder. I make it a lot at home.
Ooh.
Lamb shank. When I do it at home, I always take the bones and everything out because I want to sit down and eat dinner and not have to deal with all that.
I feel like Jackson Mams know their stuff. All of those meals she was very, very familiar with.
A proper lamb shank.
Has to be like sitting
Has
there
to be.
with its little bone and it has to sit there.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
I think that their style of cooking will be a lot more similar to Lee and Luke.
Deconstructed custard square. So when I make custard square a lot, so I always put like a real citrus, a real lemony ice on it. So you get a bit of custard, and then you go, and then you get the.
I am definitely expecting really classic food done exceptionally well, but I have a feeling that I may be disappointed.
I'm pretty excited about this, but there's lots of room there to make mistakes.
Indeed.
Now I'm adding some soda water into our fry bread mixture for our entree. It's gonna give it a wee bit more of an airy finish. So not mixing it too much, just cutting it like that.
Can I have a wee feel?
Yep. Not round and round, cut it.
Yeah, but cut and round, like.
Okay, sweet. So one rule for her, one rule for me. Woo! Yeah, I'll watch this thing. Mum's made it a billion times. I've been there helping a few of the billion times, so hopefully, hopefully it goes to plan. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Remember, fry bread, leave it one side, rises, cracks.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Manu, how are you?
Mum's world's famous chowder.
Yeah.
Why is it so famous?
It's just the best seafood chowder that I've ever eaten.
So you wrote the menu, did you?
So yeah, yes.
Was you?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I did.
So you'd feel the pressure right now?
Yeah.
Is the fried bread traditional?
Well, it's traditional for us.
Yeah. Dunk it into the soup.
Yeah. Scoop it up, mop your bowl. Hopefully you want to mop the bowl and don't want to just...
Like, if it's good, I lick the plate. Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't see me licking the bowl, then you're gonna have to start sweating. Yeah. All right. We wish you good luck.
Thanks,
you,
Manu.
See you later.
soon.
Manu's left and I don't even know really what he said.
Got to get it going, love, because you've got to cook the seafood yet. And that oil is getting hot. Just get it in, love.
Yeah, I know.
I've made seafood chowder, eaten seafood chowder. It's probably one of my go-tos when I go out for lunch. And I kind of have reasonably high expectation. It's all about that first mouthful.
If you made a chowder, would you call it world famous?
Oh, no way. Because every time I make a chowder, it's different.
I think I'll be looking for a really nice silky consistency.
There we go.
And there has to be some sort of depth of flavour that's beyond just white sauce stock. There has to be something else in there.
I'm actually secretly hoping they've got some curry or chilli in there just to lift it up, but give us some zhuzh.
I want lots of really yummy, moist seafood.
Can you get a 10 with a chowder?
I think that would be tough.
I think it could be a 10 out of 10, but it's just going to come down to hopefully not too creamy, like more stock-based one, and then just getting the parts of the seafood cooked properly. Could be a really good dish. I'm really looking forward to it.
I think to just make a seafood chowder is like reasonably simple. To make it something that is elevated to a level that deserves a 10 is really, really hard.
I agree with you.
In the competition setting, how do you make these dishes that you would have on a Sunday night up at Nana's place a 10 in MKR? The standards are high. This better be the best seafood chowder I've ever eaten.
Can you get the pan ready to steam over these mussels? We'll get them off and then we'll fry the seafood. We've got to go, we've got to go, we've got to go.
For the entree, Mum's seafood chowder, we're going to have 2 prawns, 2 scallops, and 2 pieces of blue cod with a wee mussel still in its shell.
Right, get the rest of the seafood out, love. Go, 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 go.
I know, I'm going.
Pan frying all that seafood to perfection is going to be a wee bit of a challenge.
So these scallops are going to be the star of the show when it comes to our entree. They're going to be on as a garnish.
And have you dried the prawns? We don't really want any moisture in them, love.
The prawns are fine. Have we been tasting that stock? That needs more salt.
Just leave me with my chowder, mate.
No, it needs more salt.
Can you leave me with my chowder?
If it's under seasoned, then. Uh-oh.
I'm freaking out. And this should be something that I do daily. I've got the bread and the chowder in this thing. Can you just get on to getting the butter for that pan ready, and then you can debeer the mussels while I'm cooking the seafood, love. Feeling very flustered at this point. Can you just leave me to this and worry about what I've asked you to do, love?
Yes. Well, there's your butter.
Grab the fish. Where's the fish and the prawns?
It's
Bring
here.
them
They're
over
all here.
We'll debeer those while you're standing there.
I can't. They're going to burn my hand off.
Getting a wee bit stressful in the kitchen.
Super stressful.
Ow. Ow. These mussels are looking all good. They're just roughly chopped and then they're going in the chowder. So these ones don't need to be perfect. Those ones in the shell do.
Right, I'm going to start frying the fish.
Not just yet.
Well, we need to.
Yeah, I know, but they'll wait another 5 if they're hungry.
The amount of pressure from the time just to have it out and ready for everyone is ridiculous.
Thing is, we'd rather take another 5 minutes and it be perfect as opposed to rush, stuff it up, and then I've opened it.
I will say we've been waiting a little while. Do we think there's any problems in paradise?
It seems like it.
Is this longer than yours?
Yeah, it feels like it.
I'm nervous that they have had the seafood going for a while, and I hope that they didn't put it on too early.
I bet you're hoping they put it on too early.
I hope they're doing great. Okay, Colin?
Seems like it's been a couple of hours.
It is taking a while.
Yeah. Do you think they're arguing a little?
No idea.
I wouldn't put up with that at a restaurant.
Right, there's the prawns out the gate. Crazy, she's bloody high pressure in here, mate.
Sure is.
Rightio, so Luke, if you start ladling in. Earth to Luke, earth to Luke.
Yeah. What?
You can start ladling the chowder in, love.
All right, so I'm just dishing up our seafood chowder entree. If Manu likes it, it'll be world famous. Officially. Not just by my word.
Rightio, Luke. Here's your fish. Look, remember, half of it needs seasoning, love. Go. Start placing the mussels, the fish. They're all there, good to go. Your mussel will go on last because it needs to hold up, so get the fish in that there.
Trying to make it look nice and pretty. These are the scallops. Fry breads, getting plated.
Cool, I want it up that way, remember? Not far now, mate, not far. Let's go, you want to season them?
Yeah, well, you season and I'll do it.
Okay. Which one's Manu's, which one's Colin's?
These two.
Okay. Crikey, I thought we were going to be early.
All right.
We're served. I got Colin, you got Manu.
Moment of truth, yeah.
Entree is served.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Presentation-wise, it was beautiful. You could see all the lovely seafood.
It looked amazing, and I couldn't wait to eat it.
You go.
It's lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely.
You happy?
Pretty happy. I'm wanting to see either a smile or a something.
Nothing.
There's nothing. I'm not feeling as confident as I would have liked.
Thank you. Bon appétit. Thank you.
Ooh, this is a little bit thicker than I was thinking.
More like a fish pie consistency?
Fish collar.
It wasn't how I'm used to having fried bread, but I enjoyed it all the same.
Picky. Did you get your wobble on?
No, I didn't. I like it. It's nice, but I want more salt.
The fried bread, it was a bit too greasy for me.
Is it world famous?
No, not in my book.
I felt like there was a bit of a Mornay thing going on a little bit. There was a thick sauce and the dill oil was there, but I was like, I couldn't taste the dill.
My scallop and my fish were cooked beautifully, but the prawn was definitely a little rubbery. Like, overall, not wow like I was hoping.
Yeah, I was quite surprised by this. Not only the consistency, but I felt like the more I ate it, the more like one note it became. Like the more I ate it, the more the flavour just disappeared on me.
Disappointed?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm definitely underwhelmed with the seafood chowder. It's not MKR competition level food.
Lee and Luke, for entree you gave us Mum's world famous in Christchurch seafood chowder with dill and fried bread. Are you 100% happy with this?
Pretty damn close.
For me, this was a dish of two stories. First story, all the shellfish, like you showed it, real justice. The scallops were cooked really well. The prawn maybe a little bit over. The white fish was good. And that mussel was moist and bursting with flavour. That's the great story. Then we get into the next bit, where we've made that sauce with the fish stock. With a little hint of what I would have done is when you cook your mussels, you cook them in that sauce. And you know that liquid that leaches out of the mussels, and you get that minerally flavour. Whereas I think you've sort of steamed these and maybe lost the juice. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you want that essence of the sea in the seafood chowder. And I would have lightened it up.
Yeah. I did say that if I really, really, really liked it, I would lick the bowl. I liked it, but not really, really liked it, unfortunately.
Like that.
And I've got a second, my friend, next to me, because I think those mussels, if you had opened them with a little bit of wine and a bit of shallots and a bit of garlic, all that juices could have ended up into that chowder and make that chowder even more special. But the viscosity of it's too thick. But I love all the bits that is chopped into it, like it really gives a beautiful texture. I wouldn't have thought that you would have fried seafood to put on top of the chowder, but it was cooked perfectly for me.
The fried bread, I could give or take the fried bread. You spent time on that maybe didn't add to the dish, whereas we could have concentrated more on the sauce. So if we had got that sauce banging, we wouldn't have needed the fried bread. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
It's not going to be a 10 like
No,
we
no
thought.
way. Not ideal.
Damn it.
Very disappointed.
It should have been like the best dish of the night.
So who's feeling confident with their menu?
Oh, 100%. I knew no one else was going to put their hand up, so I thought, I will.
Well, you wouldn't be here if you weren't confident.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel confident. Yeah. There's not as many words on ours, I'll tell you that.
Plans to get these potatoes on, because time is of the essence and we need to hurry up.
Yes, these potatoes are going to turn into a creamy spring onion mash. I've got it. You can start prepping the Brussels sprouts, love, eh?
Yep.
I'll get these on.
At the moment, I'm just prepping our Brussels sprouts for our main, which is the lamb shanks with caramelised Brussels sprouts. So these are going to be dressed in a bit of olive oil. We'll go still a touch of chilli on these, popped in the oven to caramelise up is the plan. We need to take these off.
It's all right. We need to get those shanks out. Let's have a look at those. Lamb's been in there 3.5 hours, hoping the lamb isn't overcooked. Yeah, beautiful.
It's just starting to come off the bone. I'm going to cover it in tin foil to keep warm.
Those shanks will just rest there till we are ready with the jus.
I'm gonna use all the juices that the lamb was cooked in and make the jus. So I put it all in there, give it a blend, and then we've got to put it in a pan to reduce it down, make it a bit thicker. So I'll put it in there, let it cook. It's a mint jus, and I'm gonna need to add mint to this. I'm serving Manu, a French guy, a jus, and I'm hoping that it's gonna be on the mark. I really hope this jus is gonna be reduced in time, because if it's not, then we are up creek.
Do you think that all your practices helped in the end, or?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But having said that, again, it's so different though.
Yeah, like you can
There's
practice
no-
your dishes, but you can't practice for the feeling
What it is.
of being in there.
Yeah, the pressure.
Yeah, it's like you think, I'll be able to smash that out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a thing that I find really easy. For some reason, when you're in, it's like, why can't I do this?
Yeah.
When you're in competition mode, you just get this 30 to 40% just drop, and your ability to taste as well. Like we were tasting like the whole way as we were going, and we're just like, felt like our taste buds were just like shot.
I can definitely see Nathan being a little strategic, trying to either give us a little scare, maybe give us a heads up. Who knows where it was coming from.
Right, spuds are done.
Yeah, cool.
Spuds are done.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, oh, no? All right, let's go. Give me a look. That's what I do. What have we got here? Our shanks, right?
Yeah, that's our shanks.
Okay. You happy with them?
Yeah, we've taken them out, and
What
we've got
happens
them
when you
there,
take
so-
a braised piece of meat out of the sauce? What happens?
Starts to dry out.
Right.
We've got to reduce our jus, so
I wouldn't be worrying too much about reducing jus, and you're taking up all that time worrying about that when the main component is starting to dry out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be moistening up your meat.
Yep. Okay.
So this is your sauce, yeah?
Yes.
So what's in here?
It might need more mint.
Should have a hint of mint and be a little bit of sweet with a bit of depth.
Is there
Quite
sugar in there?
silky.
No.
Raisins?
You put raisins in it? Right, you've a lot going on, huh?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be worrying about reducing sauce too much either, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's a nice sauce and it's moist, it's meant to be like a stew, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair play.
See you later.
I'm thinking now about the lamb shanks worried.
So I'm going to
Yeah,
strain this
that's-
again and
that's-
put it on the shanks so they don't dry out like you said.
Well, why don't we just coat them enough, and then it still steams in there, because we're going to need all that sauce for the jugs.
Just putting a wee bit of the jus on there now and just going to pop them back in the oven for a wee bit, so hopefully that will keep them moist and not dry out a little.
I love lamb. I'm hoping that it's going to be melt off the bone, shanks with the marrow. Don't need a knife, just should be able to get that out with a fork.
Everyone loves a good lamb shank. Don't want a bit of cartilage either, so if it's a little bit edible, it's good.
Edible?
Or like, you know, a bit gooey. Probably a dish that doesn't need perfect timing, I don't think. Like the shank can kind of sit for a while, can't it? So.
The longer the better.
Yeah.
It's brave to put everything that you're serving in the menu, like every single component has to deliver.
I think it sounds really nice. I'm hoping that the spring onion really comes through in the mash, just to give it a point of difference, so we'll see.
Lamb shank, good hard working part of the sheep. So you cook it slow and it gives you lovely results. So that will be hopefully just falling, you know, eat it with a spoon kind of behaviour. The Brussels sprouts, you can't beat a good caramelised Brussels sprout. Not sure about the parsnip chip. It will all come together when we see it. So that's got me interested.
I'm going to chop these spring onions, get them in the mash.
Just make sure they're fine enough. We don't want people chomping into like big hunks
Yep,
of
got it,
fucking
got it.
spring onion. This oil's hot enough now. I'm doing this. The parsnip chips.
Nice, mate.
Got to make sure I keep my eye on this, because if I leave it too long, they get burnt, and burnt parsnip is definitely not what we want. Because we can't have one thing wrong, to be honest. After the entree, it needs to be perfect, so I just need to make sure that these are crispy, that the mash is creamy.
We're getting near the end, love.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Right, I'm sticking those spring onions in. All I'm waiting on is those Brussels sprouts, mate, and your parsnip chips.
Yeah.
Surely that lamb shank's tender by now.
I'm hungry, but not hangry.
Yeah, well, my stomach's starting to grumble a little bit.
Yeah, I was surprised how long we were waiting for entree, so it'd be interesting to see how long we're waiting for main.
Yeah.
Because I would have thought entree would be a lot quicker. Yeah.
I'm definitely wondering what's going on with this main and why it's taking so long.
Culinary getting hungry. Culinary getting hungry.
Yeah,
We've got
culinary.
to take our time, but hurry up. Hurry up and hurry up. I feel like as long as it's tasty, as long as all the elements are right and it works, they'll forgive being 5, 7, 8 minutes late. 20 minutes late.
Rightio, Luke. My plating technique at the moment is just get it on the plate.
Are you gonna have enough?
Yeah, it'll be perfect, I think, love.
I wish these parsnip chips just hurried up.
Come, mate, let's bring this home, eh? Pour the jus into the things while you're over there, love.
Yeah. So this is our jus for the lamb shank. Colin and Manu definitely can't accuse us of not tasting this. Just hopefully they like the flavour of it, eh?
All right, love, I'm serving up these shanks.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, at least they still look nice and glossy and moist.
Yep.
Brussels sprouts? Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
Right, I'll put these on. Rightio, mate. She's been a big day, love.
Yeah, it has. If there's one thing that I'm happy about, it's these parsnip chips. Now I'm just gonna drop the parsnip chips over the dish, make it a wee bit rustic. Doesn't need to be perfectly on there, so if they... Okay, yeah, I'm happy.
Have a look over these.
You happy?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Main is served.
You all right, buddy?
Oh, mate, never better.
Thank you.
Okay.
That looks great.
Thanks so much, Luke. Wow, generous portion.
Great presentation.
Awesome.
First impressions of the main, it was plated beautifully, especially with such a hearty meal.
Thank you, Lee. It's lovely. Thank you.
I'm hoping Manu and Colin love the shanks. I'm hoping they are cooked to perfection.
It's really important that this is a step up on that entree. You're trying to see a wee smile, you're trying to see the eyes light up, but they give nothing away. They just look right through you. I'm genuinely scared that we aren't going to be on the top of the leaderboard.
Bon appétit.
Is it coconut or onion or what? What is that? This pasta.
This part, it's not coming out.
Get it, Peggy.
There's not a lot left on your plate. How was it?
Lovely. I thought that was delicious. Was melted off the bone, nice and soft. I would have liked a bit more salt and it would have been perfect for me. I was actually surprised at the jus. It was quite tasty.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I thought the lamb was beautiful. I would have loved a little more of the jus. Could definitely taste the mint. Love the Brussels sprouts. I could kind of give or take the mash.
Worth the wait. Loved the way it was presented, with a little propped up shank. The jus, much nicer than I expected. Parsnip crisp, take it or leave it. As a main, for me personally, that would be what I would have at home.
I thought the lamb was lovely. It was cooked really well. I loved the little chili on the Brussels sprouts. It was good, yeah.
The mash, right, it says creamy spring onion mash. And like when I didn't have a bite of spring onion, it was just kind of just potato.
I was left searching for flavour. There was nothing in it to elevate it for me, nothing in it that made me excited.
Lee and Luc for main course, lamb shank, creamy spring onion mash, caramelized Brussels sprouts, parsnip chips, and mint jus. It's a mouthful, isn't it?
Our chances of making it further in this competition literally relies on this main.
The shank was cooked to perfection. That was melting in the mouth. The bone is clean. The jus, bang on. The jus was brilliant. I love the sweetness, the saltiness, the mint, which is kind of fresh in there. It was delicious. Brussels sprouts, always good. And the parsnip chips, it worked because it kind of covered the shank with a slightly crispiness and sweet. And I thought that was a clever idea. Creamy spring onion mash. You've got amazing butter here in New Zealand. I think you should have put a lot of butter in that mash. And salt. You've got to be a little bit more forceful with the salt, okay? So, brilliant on the main, mate. And Lee.
Thank you. We don't always agree, do we? We don't have to.
No.
When I went into the kitchen to see you guys, it was very disjointed when I was in there, wasn't it? You know, the lamb wasn't in the sauce, the sprouts weren't in the oven. But I 100% agree with my friend.
Yeah.
You like that? This lamb shank, you know it's so well braised because when you break it apart, it's glistening and sticky. And that's the Moorish part about braising the lamb. The mashed potato.
Oh.
Right, here we go, right? I will say more butter, more hot milk, because you want that creaminess. And the spring onion, you need to triple that. Okay. The spring onion sort of ferments in the potato. It's a little bit like Colcannon. We have our version of the spring onion and the cabbage. And if I go home to my family, this is the food I would eat. You're on the right track, and I would happily eat this again. You're going so well at the minute. Got dessert to go. Let's bring it home.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
That was
was
better than
It
the
was.
entree, and that's what we needed.
Right, mate, you're going on the icing, going on the Eccentric crumb. Let's bring it home. Let's finish on a high.
Finish strong, eh? What I'm doing here is I'm making an icing for our custard square, because all custard squares have icing. This one here is incorporated with boysenberries, very Kiwi boysenberries are. Also, the boysenberries are going to give it colour. So it's just icing sugar, boysenberries, and then a wee bit of butter, which should help make it a bit more silky. To be honest, I'm just a wee bit confused as to how much we're actually going to make. But that's the thing, it's better to have too much than not enough, so I'm going to keep going.
I've got goats.
You've got goats?
How many goats have you got?
150?
Do you do like goat curries and...
No, they're pets.
If you have 150 goats, you can spare one leg.
They love their goats like they're part of their family, and those goats live a great life. And they've got one goat called Jax.
I'll give you a good curry recipe.
No, we're not eating Jax the goat. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, it's too tough.
I've also got a sheep called Colin.
Oh, is it curly as well, is it?
There's no menu though, is there?
Yet.
There is a goat called Carlos, and you might meet him at our instant restaurant.
Carlos?
Oh.
Who's Carlos?
He's our mascot.
Do we get to see old Carlos?
Yeah, well, no, you'll see an immortalised form of him, yeah.
I'm anticipating a really fun night for Jackson Man's restaurant.
I'm really looking forward to meeting Carlos.
Right, I'm just about to chuck this Anzac crumb in the oven, darling.
That looks all good. Remember when you're putting it on the tray?
Crumble it.
Just crumble it up.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
Welcome back.
Right, what have we got? Talk to me.
We got a bit of Anzac crumb going on here for
Yeah.
our deconstructed custard square.
And where's our custard?
In the fridge.
Give me a look at it.
Careful.
What's in it?
Egg, custard powder, butter, vanilla.
You happy with the sweetness on that?
Yep.
So this is your crumb, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is this gone through the oven yet?
No, not yet. It's only
No.
10 or 15 in the oven, then it's done.
So we got that, and what else we got?
Icing that I'm doing at the moment.
So what's in that?
Boysenberries. Very Kiwi, boysenberries are.
So that's quite sweet.
Yeah.
That's quite sweet.
Yeah.
And that as well?
Yeah.
Be careful on sugar on your dessert, right?
Being too sweet.
You know, we're all on the same page now.
On the same page.
Yep.
Right, you're on a good run now.
Yeah.
But just get it right, huh?
Yep. Thank you.
Are you okay?
All right, honey, I'll
Are
see
you
you
okay?
tomorrow.
I'll see you later. Good luck.
Thanks,
See you,
Colin.
thanks.
See you soon.
Colin.
We got lemons. God, that cannot have pips.
No, you're going to have to pick the pips out.
No, I'll just get it.
Oh, you're going to sieve it anyway, aren't you?
I'm adding some lemon juice in the icing. It's just going to balance out the sweetness, add a wee bit more of a tart, sour flavour to the icing.
Rightio. Luke, crumb's gone in the oven, love. Let me check this custard. This is quite an important part here. We've got to get this custard square out and hopefully she has set perfectly. Am I going to lift it, love? Oh, this is terrifying, isn't it?
If that custard isn't set and we can't cut it into a square, it's not a custard square.
It's going to be pretty close.
Am I going to lift it, love? Oh, this is terrifying, isn't it?
It's going to be pretty close. Quick, quick, quick. Move, move, move.
Whew. Thank goodness for that.
Big sigh of relief.
It is holding together all right.
Here we go, mate. Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Try that. And that's the good... See, that's perfect.
Yeah, that is nice. Hey, what, are you going to cut it?
I can cut it on the board.
They need to be on that, by the way.
Let me have a look.
And it needs to be the same size as one of those.
But it needs to be square, so...
Can't be a custard rectangle.
Can't be a custard rectangle, no.
Yeah, I think that's good.
OK, we'll run that.
Yeah.
There.
Straight lines.
Gosh, this is a wee bit nerve-wracking, love.
Deconstructed custard square with Anzac crumb.
I'm definitely excited about this dessert, but I'm thinking, is it going to make us want to go and buy a normal custard square tomorrow? Or is it going to, like, convert us to a deconstructed version?
I like custard and I love Anzac biscuits, so hopefully it's better than a custard square.
But it's like with an Anzac crumb, so that's a additional, which is possibly a bonus. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love custard squares, so yeah.
Would you rather the original or the deconstructed?
Oh, I'm thinking I'm going to like this better because custard squares are really hard to eat. As long as it tastes the same as the custard square, I'll be happy.
Will it be a warm, runnier custard or will it be a cold, solid custard?
Oh, outside the box.
Could be a shambles.
If you're going to do a deconstructed one, you have to make it better than the real thing, don't you?
Good colour on this icing. Flavour tastes good, and I'm also going to just quickly incorporate some lemon zest as well.
Let's go, mate. Brush that icing on.
Yeah, I'm just going to zest it. Hold on. I'm sick of not getting stuff quite right. I'm not just going to hurry up and get it done just to get it done.
All right, good to go, mate. You get that brushed on there.
Yeah, with my brush.
I'll come up with the pastry.
No, the crumb goes on after.
I said the pastry.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys think at the end of all of this, if you're scrambling, will you be scoring strategically?
No.
No?
No, I don't see myself doing that.
Oh, yeah, I'm giving everyone 5s.
Just about there, mate.
Yeah, last week's
Just about
stretch.
there.
Last week's stretch. What I'm hoping they think of this icing is it's not too sweet. The boysenberry is there, which is nice. Wee bit of lemon in there as well to hopefully cut through.
Here we go, pastry's on. Yep, you've got enough of that.
Hold on. Like, if that's going to Manu and Colin.
Custard's going on here. Let's go. I tell you what, if you want to put the
crumb and
crumb
the
on
boysenberries.
and the boysenberries.
Yeah, great idea. I can't put those on first. I can't put those
Let's go, we're going.
I can't put those on first. What I've got to do, dress these beautiful wee custards with the icing, and hopefully, in theory, it starts melting down the side. Come on, drop.
Got the right proportion of crumb, Luke?
I think so.
Right, we're good to go.
Well, no, crumb and boysenberry, mother. All right, we're just gonna get them on right now. And Manu and Colin need more.
Right, let's go.
Wait, just hold on, just literally 30 seconds more. Look, this hardly even has any.
Okay, let's go then, shall we, love?
All right, sweet.
Rightio, mate.
Dessert is served.
Thank you.
It's got a wee rock on it.
It's you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait.
Yeah.
This is our last dish. I'm just hoping that it melts in their mouth.
Yeah,
Is
and a
it-
good finish to our menu.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bon appétit.
That's really nice.
Yummy.
It was easy to eat. Pastries were good. Custard was nice and light. I loved it.
I did a bit of a bop on that one, yeah. I love all the different textures in there. So you got the icing, the flaky pastry, the custard, and then the crumble. All together, it was just delish.
I liked that bit of tang of the lemon coming out in that sauce.
Yeah, and the crumb was really good, I thought. Great crunch, and it was a really nice dessert. I enjoyed it.
The custard didn't really have that much flavour for me, but once you obviously put it with everything, it was good. But it has nothing on Emily and Nathan's dessert. I think theirs was well above.
Presentation, obviously awesome. I think we're all loving the wobble. The Anzac crumb, I think, is really clever to throw with this really classic Kiwi dish, but the custard didn't really taste like too much to me. So if that's the sort of main component of your thing, I think it needs to do a little bit more than just wobble.
Lee and Luke for dessert, deconstructed custard square with Anzac crumb.
Everything is riding on this dessert.
We always say, if it's deconstructed, it has to be as good or even better. Lee and Luke for dessert, deconstructed custard square with Anzac crumb. We always say, if it's deconstructed, it has to be as good or even better. And I think it was delicious. Simple flavors, done well. Nowadays, sugar is overtaking flavor in desserts. So we seem to put a lot of sugar in dessert and not getting a lot of flavor. And I love the fact that your custard is not too sweet, but just sweet enough. And I love the texture. It holds together, but it melts in the mouth. Pastry is great too. And the crumbs, the Anzac crumbs, I think it's genius because it's giving you the crunch that you don't really necessarily get from the puff pastry. I know a lot of people have enjoyed that, but I'm not too keen of the icing. See, that doesn't need to be there.
When I tasted the icing component, I was a little bit worried because that was very sweet, and I didn't want that to overshadow the dish. It's a bit pointless being there because you couldn't really taste it, which I'm glad of, because the actual custard was very Moorish. It was just set enough, which I really like, and then you had the crunch of the Anzac and that little dried berry on top, which sort of lifted that dish altogether. And I don't think really it needed anything else because all the other ingredients were carried by that custard. It may seem like a simple dessert to make, but to get that set and cut it into the squares is actually quite stressful. Congratulations, you had a great night. Well done.
Thank you.
Ta-ta. Done. One more for good luck for the scores. Happy, happy, happy.
With all 3 courses now served, Lee and Luke will need to wait, while each team scores their instant restaurant out of 10.
So, what do you think?
Oh, the entree, the world-famous chowder. I liked it, but Auntie's one's probably nicer.
It was just the consistency for me, and I'm used to having everything together.
All
Seafood
chopped
chowder.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. It wasn't quite what I expected. Maybe a little bit too thick.
It lacked a little bit of seasoning, but apart from that, it was tasty.
Yeah, no, it was tasty.
Lamb shank?
Really enjoyed the lamb shank. It was falling off the bone, and the mint jus was just lovely.
It was lovely,
Yeah,
unexpectedly.
really nice.
Lamb was awesome. Lamb was awesome, but the mash, kind of a non-event.
I loved the parsnip crisp and the little hit of chili and the Brussels sprouts.
And the
were good.
jus was so good.
Dessert?
Oh, God, that custard square was delicious.
Oh.
I liked it. It was easier to eat than a normal one.
Custard didn't taste like much.
That boysenberry sauce over the top of the custard tasted really good once you took a whole mouthful.
Yeah, it was lovely, yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that was wrong this evening was time factors.
Yeah, it was
You know,
ages though.
yeah. With that in mind, I'm going to minus 1
A point,
off
yeah.
8. 8 is where it's at.
8 for Lee and Luke.
So tonight we're going to give Lee and Luke
An 8 out of 10.
Overall?
Yeah, I think an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. For tonight, Lee and Luke's Instant Restaurant, we score them a 7 out of 10.
7.
Yeah, I'm thinking 7.
Both going 7?
Yeah,
Let's go
let's
7.
go 7.
All right, so we're going to give Lee and Luke's Instant Restaurant.
5 out of 10?
Yeah, 5.
Lee and Luke, it's been a pleasure to be at your instant restaurant tonight, and we've had a brilliant time. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Now for the scores. The guest teams have given you a combined score of 35 out of 50.
Thanks for having us. It's been a pleasure. And now we'll be scoring each dish out of 10.
Lee and Luke for entree, Mum's world-famous in Christchurch seafood chowder with dill oil and fried bread. I think the disappointment of the chowder itself was the thickness of it. I think it should have been a little looser, more seasoning. The seafood, though, was cooked to perfection, I thought. The dill oil did look pretty, but I think fresh chopped dill into the soup would have done a much better job. And fried bread, I think anything fried is delicious for me, so I enjoyed it.
A credit to you to get all that seafood cooked in the way you did. Prawns a little bit over, but I can forgive that because the amount of work that you put into that dish, it was standout. My only negative was that you didn't cook the mussels in that original sort of velouté and flavour with that essence of the sea, which would have lightened it up and given it that a more minerally flavour. It was a good dish, but not a great dish. For your entree tonight, I scored you a 6.
The score I'm giving you for your entree is a 7. For mine, you serve Canterbury lamb shank, creamy spring onion mash, caramelized Brussels sprout, parsnip chips, and mint jus. Gorgeous lamb shank falling off the bone with the little deep-fried parsnips over the top, which was gorgeous. The jus was brilliant, well-seasoned, a little of sweetness, which I enjoy. It was a great dish.
A lesson in how to braise a beautiful piece of lamb shank. It was glistening, it was sticky, it's everything we look for. The mash needed more butter, more hot milk, more seasoning, and 3 more times the spring onions, and it would have been an amazing mash dish. So for your main course tonight, I score you an 8.
The score I'm giving you for your main course is an 8. Lee and Luke for dessert, deconstructed custard square with Anzac crumb. I think it was a clever dessert. When you've got a custard square, the pastry can get quite soggy, and the fact that you decided to cook them aside from each other and put them together at the last minute was clever, because then the puff pastry was still crunchy. The custard wasn't too sweet, which I really enjoyed, and the Anzac biscuit crumb, I think, was quite clever as well. I don't think you needed anything else but those 3 elements.
That custard wasn't sweet, which carried all the other elements of the dish. The Anzac crumb, you needed that crunch and that little bit of saltiness in there. I like the little powder on top. You didn't need the icing on the bottom, but overall, it was a very Moorish dessert, and it's something I'd like to eat again.
Yay.
So for your dessert tonight, I score you an 8.
The score I'm giving you for your dessert is an 8. That gives you a grand score of 80 out of 110.
At the end of the second instant restaurant, with a score of 80, Lee and Luke move to the top of the leaderboard. And with 4 more instant restaurants to go, the lowest scoring team will be eliminated.
Well done. You've made it look easy.
It's not easy.
You gave us your food, what we always ask, and we like what you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up is Jack's and Man's.
Have you got an 81 in you?
We'll give it a nudge.
You'll give it a nudge. Carlos. He's going to give us a hand.
Good luck. We'll see you in Martin
Thank you.
Thank you.
When we have our instant restaurant, they'll get their food a lot quicker than we did tonight.
Well done, guys.
Thanks, Sam. See ya.
Next time, we're heading to Martinborough for Friends Team Jackson Man's Instant Restaurant.
But is there any more asparagus, or that's it?
Well, you can do.
I didn't come all this way to be shortchanged.
The knives are out, and not just in the kitchen.
It didn't wow me.
Will it be a night
Come here. Come here.
they'll want to forget?
50% of rhubarb.
There was so much rhubarb in there.
If you want to have an argument, sure, but...
I'm not having an argument.
Can Jackson Man's make it one step closer to the $100,000 grand prize?
It gives you a grand score of